Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So in this week's meal prep video, I don't have any brand new recipes this week. So therefore, I will not have a how did it taste video. I have been living my best life on staycation for the last week and just loving life. I actually had somebody ask me if I still did the how did it taste videos. I absolutely do, but I only do it when I find brand new recipes to try. But just because I don't have brand new recipes this week does not mean that this is not a great meal prep, because there are some amazing recipes in here that you're not going to want to miss. So I meal prep for myself and my family because I like the convenience for during the week. So hopefully you'll find some motivation and inspiration in this video to meal prep for yourself and your family. But for now, let's get started. So we are going to start off with some good old bacon. I like to just take a cookie sheet, put foil over it, and then I just throw the bacon on there, and then I bake it in the oven. And I throw the bacon in half because I feel like the bacon fits on the cookie sheet better when you fold it in half. That was a little tip from one of my YouTube friends here. But as you see, they fit real nicely when you fold them. I just bake them at 400 degrees for around 20 to 25 minutes. It depends on how crispy and well done you like your bacon. That's kind of how I like mine. This bacon is going to be used for a couple of different recipes this week. Then next up, boiled eggs. I boil eggs pretty much every single week. That is what my oldest son likes to take to work with him pretty much every single day. I just throw mine in the Instant Pot. I put it on 4 minutes, and then I always have an ice bath ready for when they are done. And then I just put the eggs in that ice bath and I let them sit there for around 5 minutes. And then for the convenience of my family, I like to take the shells off of the eggs, and I don't have any recipes for these. I'm just making them so that way my son can take these for breakfast in the morning. Then next up, I am going to be making some scrambled eggs with bacon. This is something that I like to make just because it's so simple and it's really easy to throw together, and it reheats fairly well, so that way you can just take it on the go to work with you. I believe I threw in there around 10 to 12 eggs. I also threw in there 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream, and that is where part of the bacon comes in. I threw half of the bacon into that egg mixture so it could be more like bacon and eggs, which makes for a nice protein-packed meal to start your day. I also added some sea salt to that mixture, as well as some black pepper. And then I just gave it another quick stir. So on the stove, I did get a pan ready with some avocado oil, so that way I could just throw that mixture right into that pan and start cooking it. So the key to the perfect eggs is to stir, 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 in my opinion, when it comes to scrambled eggs. I did add some mild cheddar cheese to that mixture as well, so that way it would be a cheesy bacon and eggs. And again, that is just a great, easy, protein-packed meal to get your day started, and it reheats well. Next up are some blueberry muffins. So this base came from Keto Connect. I just tweaked it just a little bit. So in that bowl, I did have 1/4 cup of butter that I put in there, and I microwaved it in the microwave. I also threw in there 1 cup of almond flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of cashew milk. You can use whatever milk of choice you want to use. I put in there 2 large eggs, 1/4 cup of erythritol, 1 teaspoon vanilla. And here's the key to this. This is what I really switched up. What makes these really, really good is Keto Connect said to use 20 drops of liquid stevia. Instead, I used 1 tablespoon of that Jordan Skinny syrup in the toffee flavoring. And it does call for Himalayan salt as well, but I did not use that because the butter that I used was salted, so I didn't want to go overboard on the salt. The recipe for this says that it makes 8 muffins. I ended up getting 9 muffins. Why I put 12 liners in there, I have no idea. But it made 9 muffins, which makes the macros on these even better. Another thing that I changed up on these is I ended up using raspberries instead of blueberries. I'm kind of on a raspberry kick right now. I think raspberries are delicious. I mean, I loved raspberries before keto, but the raspberries in these muffins, along with that toffee flavoring of the Jordan Skinny syrup, that made these muffins so moist and so delicious that y'all need to try these. Y'all need to make these. And the recipe to this will be in the description box below. Go down there, check it out, make whatever tweaks you want to make. I baked these at 350 degrees for about 22 minutes. And they came out perfect. Look how beautiful those are. The raspberries on there are just so beautiful. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you saw I posted a picture of these muffins from the inside out. And again, so moist, so delicious. And I personally think these could be made with any berry you want to make them with. Next up is a crock pot recipe. Yes, you guys asked and I listened. So I'm going to be making cracked chicken. I made this before. It's super simple. I just threw in there 3 large chicken breasts, as well as 1 packet of ranch seasoning. I know it's healthier and better and more keto to make your own ranch, but sometimes it is what it is. Then I just put in 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. I put that crock pot on low, cooked it for around 6 to 8 hours, and once it was done, I shredded up all the chicken so that way it would all just absorb all of that yummy goodness between the ranch and the cream cheese. Then I took the rest of that bacon that I made, crumbled it up in there, and that makes the easiest, most delicious meal ever. And you can just throw this over some cauliflower rice and you have yourself one simple, healthy, delicious meal. Then I just decided to prep some of those sausages that I got at Costco. And this is something that's simple to throw in a bag for work and reheat because, I mean, it's protein packed and it'll keep you full for hours. I just threw them in the oven and cooked them at about 400 degrees, and then I just kind of watched them, and when they turned golden brown, then I took them out, but perfect for lunches. Next is my favorite meal of the week. So that is about 3 pounds of ground beef. Half of it I'm going to just make taco meat with, and the other half we are going to be making keto enchiladas. So in the taco meat, I just threw in there some sea salt, garlic, cumin, oregano, onion powder, paprika, cayenne, chili powder, and some black pepper. And I just kind of threw it all in that meat mixture, gave it a quick stir, and that is perfect for a taco seasoning. So as you see, half of that is going to be the taco meat for whoever wants that, and then the other half I am going to make enchiladas. So I threw in there an 8-ounce block of cream cheese. I'm just going to melt that down into that meat mixture, as well as 1 can of diced green chilies. Green chilies makes everything better, y'all. And I'm just going to give that a stir. I did add a little bit of that red enchilada sauce, and that is the macros on there. I didn't think that was too terrible for the enchilada sauce, but I did mix a little bit of that into the meat mixture as well. I found those egg thins at Walmart. For the longest time, I could only find them at Costco, but I did find them at Walmart this time. So I am using those crepini egg wraps, and that is obviously going to be like the tortilla part of the enchiladas. If you guys haven't tried those crepini wraps, those things are perfect for quite a few different things. You could even use them for maybe like a lunch roll-up. You could use them for quesadillas. They really are a good alternative to tortillas. So after I get all those filled, I just threw some more of that red enchilada sauce right on top of all those enchiladas, and I am covering the top of it with some cheddar cheese. Then I just baked those at 400 degrees just until the top was melted and bubbly. I cannot tell you how delicious these are. These are so good, and the meat mixture with the cream cheese and the green chilies is perfect. This, if you're missing enchiladas in your keto life, then definitely give these a try. Last but definitely not least, I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies, and unfortunately I can't even give credit where credit is due on this recipe because it came from a friend of mine, which she just found a picture of the recipe, but it didn't disclose where it came from. So unfortunately I can't give credit where credit is due, but these are delicious, and I did tweak the recipe just a little. So I threw in there a half a cup of butter that I melted in the microwave, as well as 2.5 cups of almond flour, a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda. I'm also going to put in there 2 eggs, 1/3 cup of erythritol, a 1/4 cup of swerve brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I will have this entire recipe written in the description box so that way you guys can find it. And then a half a cup of Lily's chocolate chips. Again, those Lily's chocolate chips I've been getting at Walmart, and those milk chocolate ones are the best. I just put the cookie dough in the refrigerator for around 30 minutes. And then I just lined a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, threw the cookies on there. It made around 21 cookies, and these cookies are so good. I did preheat my oven to 350 degrees, and I baked these for around 12 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on them because every oven's different, and when they start to turn a little golden brown on the bottom, then they are done. Again, these probably are my absolute favorite chocolate chip cookies I have ever had on keto. My kids even tell me all the time that these don't even taste keto. These taste like the real deal right here. In translation, when my kids say something like that, you know that these are good. These things smell so good right out of the oven. Definitely give these a try. All right, so that concludes our meal prep for this week. I hope you guys got some great ideas for recipes to try for yourself and your family. Even if just one of these is a good fit for your family, I feel like I'm winning. I feel like I helped somebody out there in their meal prep. But you know what? I'm going to leave my Instagram down in the description box below. Go follow me there. And if you make any of these recipes, tag me on Instagram. I would love to know your thoughts on these recipes. Another thing too, if this gave you inspiration or motivation to meal prep for yourself and your family, leave a comment below. I would love to hear you guys what you're meal prepping, and it doesn't even have to be what I'm meal prepping. I would just love to hear what you're meal prepping for yourself and your family. And I love recipe ideas. So if you have recipe ideas for me, leave them in the comments below. For now, that's all I have for you guys. If you guys could do me a favor and smash that like button, that really helps out my videos a ton. And also, if you're not subscribed, smash that subscribe button as well. And if you subscribe, don't forget to tap that bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys, and don't forget to go out there and make today even better than yesterday. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye! On my own, but I don't know why you hit the road, but you don't realize I won't look back when you're around. I won't think twice when